I often get asked what my craziest road story is, and I, for better or for worse, have been lucky enough to not have anything too insane happen to me. But the most irritating, ridiculous, stupid thing to ever happen to me, well, let's talk about it. Thank you guys again for coming to hang out with me again. If you want to chat, ask more questions, please jump on into the Twitch chat. I'm on there 3 to 4 days a week, playing games, chatting with the chat, the drama club, having some fun. So please come and join us. But like, subscribe, comment to this channel as well so you know anytime a video goes live. But the wildest thing to happen to me on the road while wrestling, well, the crazy thing was it started off such a nice weekend. It was a weekend of house shows through the Midwest, which meant for me living in Chicago, I could drive the entire time. And I love that. Anytime you don't have to go and get on a plane at 6 in the morning is fantastic. So we were in Iowa for our first show, moving up into Iowa for the second show again, and then we were moving to Wisconsin for our third show, and then we go to do TV in, I believe it was Green Bay, Wisconsin. And so easy loop, and then I could drive all the way back home. One big loop, easy as peasy for me. At the time, I was riding with Chad Gable, so he flew into Iowa. I met him there in my car, which at the time was the car I had moved home from Florida with, which was a Dodge Challenger, my dream car, kind of like a modern hot rod, like muscle car, sports car kind of vibes. Great, great, great car. I loved that thing. So I drove that Iowa. Great show. Weather was like 50 degrees. Beautiful. This is in like March. Pick up Chad. Do the show. Goes great. Drive into northern Iowa. Do the second show. Does great. And so Chad suggests, he goes, hey, instead of getting a hotel, because we're going to be in Wisconsin anyway, let's just drive like another 90 minutes, 2 hours up to my house. We can stay for free. He's got a gym, amazing gym in his garage. Check out the brother's Instagram. It's incredible.
But Dad! Yes! Oh, yes!
So we stay at his house, and then the next morning we work out, and then all of a sudden it starts to snow. Which, okay, it's the Midwest. It's actually, Minnesota at this point. But the problem is, I'm still in my Dodge Challenger, a sports car with rear-wheel drive. Something I didn't really anticipate much when I brought it back to Chicago from Florida. But anyway, so I'm like, I need to head out early, start driving to our show in La Crosse, Wisconsin, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Minneapolis. But the snow was starting to come down. So I'm driving, but now the road is getting blanketed with snow, and I'm slowing down until the point where I am crawling at like 8 miles an hour, and I'm still fishtailing left, fishtailing right, all this stuff, and like white knuckling it. I'm like, okay, just get to a major town, right? Just get to a major town. The roads will be plowed, and hopefully get to a major highway, and the roads will be fine there. So I'm rolling. Finally get to Rochester, Minnesota, home of the Mayo Clinic. Kind of a bigger town in southern Minnesota. And the roads are pretty decent. I'm like, okay, I can make it. And from here, I see on the map, it's pretty much one highway to another highway into La Crosse. And I'm like, all right, I'll be cutting it close, but I'll get there. So I'm driving through Rochester, make the exit from the one highway, which was clear, to the next highway, which went to La Crosse, and nope. Covered in snow. And of course, as soon as I get on the on-ramp, it's like an uphill incline. And I'm in this car, and I'm spinning out on the side of the road until I finally just hit full into the, not ditch, but the side of the road, and I am stuck in snow. I am spinning my tires. I am not going anywhere. Oh. So, it is what it is. It's the road. You got to adapt. That's the wrestling world, too. So I call Fit Finley, the producer, and tell him I'm stuck in a snowbank. I'm going to do what I can, but it is what it is. And he goes, just be safe and, get here however you can, whenever you can. So Fit is awesome. But I call a tow truck company. They come out, they pick me up, they load my car onto the back of the truck, and I get in, and the guy starts driving back to Rochester, Minnesota. And I go, hey, man, I need to get to La Crosse. I'm like, how do you know how I can get there? And I need to leave my car, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, you can leave it at the tow lot, but I'll tell you this, my boss is going to charge you like $100 a day before you come back and get it. And I'm like, oh my God. He goes, but I'll tell you what. He goes, my landlord owns a car rental lot. We can put it in the back of the lot. Maybe you can rent a car from him and then come back and get your car. I was like, oh, that'd be great. So we drop the car off, go in, talk to the guy. And I'm like, I got to go from here to Green Bay or like, and then back to Chicago in the next like 2 days. It's like an awkward timeline. He's like, well, I can't do one-way rentals. I have to have you come back here. I actually just wanted to do a one-way rental to La Crosse because I would jump in with Gable, who drove by himself from his house with his SUV. I was like, okay. So I started calling Lyft drivers in a blizzard. So one comes and picks me up, and I guess you don't see where they're going to take you in the car until they pick you up. And so he picks me up, and he's like, oh. He goes, oh, you have to go there. He goes, I can't get that far. He was in a little like Geo or some small car. He's like, I can't get you there. He goes, you can cancel for free and call someone else. And I go, fine. So I try it again. I call another Lyft. Sure enough, it's a pickup truck. I go, okay. So the guy pulls up and I go, hey, do you see where I need to go? I need to go to La Crosse, Wisconsin. I'm like, are you going to be able to get us there? Yeah, we got 4-wheel drive. We'll be good. Okay. So I jump in the car, throw my bag in back, and start talking to the guy. And turns out he's like some cross-country truck driver and bus driver. He's seen it all on the road and everything like that. And we're driving down this highway. This was supposed to be a 2+ hour drive in the traffic and the snow. This guy we're driving behind like these semis, which is great actually because they clear a path because they're so heavy. But he starts going, this is too slow. Dives into the other lane, which is like 2 feet of snow with his truck just bounding like over the snow. He's like, we'll pass this guy. Pulls in front of him. Man, again, supposed to be 2.5 hours with the snow. This guy got me to the show in 90 minutes. I was late for the show, but I was there before intermission, so they just moved our match to right after intermission. Got dressed. It was a tag team match, I think a 4-way or something. Did the match, and then got in Gable's car and headed to the TV in Green Bay. But now I'm left with my car in Rochester, Minnesota. So I do the TV in Green Bay. I ride with Mustafa Ali all the way back to Chicago. And with Miles, I book myself a 6 a.m. flight the day after television. I get home at about 2. I book a 6 a.m. flight. One way, land in Rochester, grab a cab, go to the lot, pick up my car. Thank God the roads had all been plowed. Drove 6.5 hours home to Chicago from Rochester, Minnesota. And then the next week, I traded that son of a bitch in for an SUV. And that is the worst thing that has happened to me on the road. Thank you guys for hanging out. We will see you on the next one. Make sure, like, subscribe, hit those alert buttons so you know anytime anything goes live here on the channel. And we will see you next time.